My guest tonight is the host of CNBC's Mad Money. Soon, there won't be much money left for him to be mad at. I wonder if that makes him mad. Jim Cramer. Jim, thanks for coming on the show.
Sure.
Booyah!
Booyah.
Booyah!
Right. Booyahski daddy.
That's a lot of fun. Booyah!
Well, OH.
I-O?
There you go.
Oh, yes. Now, let me just get a little bit more prepared for this interview
Oh,
here.
you're going to roll them up, are you?
Oh, yeah. I got to show off those forearm pythons, you know?
Yeah, it's the gun show,
Oh,
pal.
yeah. All right, now I'm ready. All right. Now, Jim, you and I are a lot alike because we both subscribe to that theory that the louder you are, the righter you are, right?
Well, I hadn't really thought of it that way, but, you know, if that's the thesis you want to propound, we can kick it around.
Right, and then if you're already right before you're loud, then you're just extra
You're
right.
double right.
You're like,
yeah.
You're like Jesus H. Right.
I don't know. I mean, you get down there in that religious theme, I'll tell you, that gets you in trouble. And I've been in trouble, so I don't know.
Now, you're here to film the 13th episode of the college tour for
Lucky
Mad
13.
Money.
I call it Lucky 13.
First one of this season. All right, I'll bite. Why the college tour?
That's who listens. That's who watches. I mean, there's a screen that comes up when I take phone calls, and I'd say that Ohio predominates. And when I see Ohio, I joke with my stage director, Kyle, that it's probably not the Cleveland State Vikings. Okay, that's probably not who's on the line, the Cleveland State Vikings. Although, you know what? Some people took them to go all the way. No, it's going to be Ohio State, and I love that. And it's Buckeye, and it's a Buckeye Booyah, and it's someone who's going to be fired up and cares, and I care about going where people are fired up and caring. And if it was a Tenet healthcare wing, I would go there. If it was a Sunrise Senior Living place, I'd go there, but it happens to be college campuses, and we happen to be at the Ohio State University where there's the most interest of all.
Now, you found 12 schools in the nation that were better than Ohio State.
Well, I wouldn't actually put it that way. I would say that I found 12 schools that were willing to host it quicker than Ohio State, and that Ohio State was, from the very beginning, one of the places I wanted to go because of the level of enthusiasm. So I wouldn't rank them like that. I mean, by that token, then University of Florida feels very slighted.
Oh. Now, what is a stock price?
That's the multiple to earnings times the earnings itself equals price.
Okay, so
M times E equals price.
Is it just a make-believe number
Totally.
about how sexy people feel the company is?
Well, yeah, that's right. I mean, sexy is like sexy can I? You know, it's like kind of a, you know.
So shares of Donnie Clark are through the roof right now.
Well, you know, I don't know what your earnings are for next year, Donnie, so it's really difficult to put a multiple on it, but I don't know. Have you been consistently good, or are you kind of sporadic?
Oh, it's consistent.
Consistent.
I'm always a buy. I'm always a buy.
Really? Well, so was, that's what a lot of people said about Ford Motor.
Let's face it, the Wall Street bear has America bent over the tree stump of poverty, and it's just giving it to
You're
us
making
right now.
serious sexual allusions of which I will not go down the pike.
Okay. Now, Jim, you and I, we both know what happened because
We do?
We're both financial experts. We know what happened with the market and the economy. We both know.
Yeah, I thought we were both financial comedians.
I'm a financial expert. But
Okay.
Just for people who might not know, pretend like I know nothing. I know it's going to be hard, but pretend like all
I
my
can't. I'm
knowledge-
not a character. I can't do that kind of acting. I'm not Pacino. You know, I'm not De Niro. I'm not Olivier. I can't. I know that you know too much, and I can't pretend.
I can understand that. I know.
This isn't summer stock.
But in terms that like an average 8th grader who might have all of his stock knowledge on Wikipedia articles printed right in front of him on
You know,
his cards.
Wikipedia has to be right because people enter it.
Exactly.
You know, it has to be.
If enough people believe it's
Right.
true, then it's true.
I know. I mean, I look at Wikipedia and I realize that anything you can just go in and change has to be accurate.
Exactly. But the credit crisis, the banking failure, a lot of college students, we don't know what's going on. What
No?
actually happened?
What happened? Well, you made a fortune if you were a salesman jamming really bad bonds into people's accounts that were stupid, that you bamboozled, and then you walked away because you made so much money, you didn't care whether you hurt your clients, and it turns out what you were selling were second lien mortgages to people who couldn't pay the first lien, or you were selling criminal enterprises because the mafia was heavily involved. I'm not kidding. And that brought down the Western world.
So who do you really blame? The business people?
I blame the CEOs of the major executive firms that people feel I'm in bed with.
You don't feel like the average citizen holds any
No,
responsibility?
you know, I hear that, and it's like, yeah, the guy who's got 3 jobs, who is trying desperately to put his kid through school and bought a house, yeah, he's the real villain in the story. yeah, that guy's just bad. But, the guy who made $110 million driving Chesapeake down from 48 to 16, he's my hero. No, I mean, no.
How is the
Greg
stock...
Oden's my hero. They're a little, local color.
Greg Oden's my hero as well.
Right? I mean, we got to just... Archie Griffin was formerly a hero.
How is the stock market any different from a Vegas craps table?
No.
You roll the dice, bam, you win $40.
Donnie,
roll the dice, bam, you're homeless.
You insult me. Everyone knows that Vegas is heavily regulated. Everyone knows that the Gaming Commission is all-powerful. It's even stopped the mob. It got the Central States Teamsters Pension Fund out. No one could have uprooted them. Legalized gambling, even illegal gambling is done with a level of enforcement that makes it so it's far cleaner than the cesspool you're describing. So I think the two of them don't belong in the same sentence.
So you're saying that the Vegas industry...
You think that blackjack is less fair than buying the stock of Citigroup at 8? I mean, blackjack, come on. All right, listen, let's play. Okay, dealer's got a 6. You have a 10. What are you going to do?
I am staying.
Exactly. Now, in our game, dealer has a 6. Always underneath, the dealer has an ace and picks a 4. You think that 4 comes from just like, here? No, because the deck is stacked against most of the little guys where we are.
How many people in the stock in the industry in buying and selling stocks? How many people do you believe do illegal activities?
I mean, percentage?
Percentage-wise, how many
No, the vast majority don't. I just think that there was a period where what the government viewed as being legal shouldn't have been legal. Okay, there were a lot of things that should have been prosecuted, but the government had a laissez-faire view that the market could never be wrong. So a lot of people did activity that was condoned by the government that I think you and I would think was crooked.
All right, so like a week ago, I invested $100 in the Zimbabwe stock market. Today, it's worth 2.3 billion Zimbabwe dollars. Does Zimbabwe not have the best world economy right now?
I don't know. See, the problem is the wheelbarrow shortage in Zimbabwe. So every time you make that kind of payoff, you don't have enough wheelbarrows to take it to the supermarket because you can't just lift it in suitcases. So until True Temper makes enough wheelbarrows, that's a Black & Decker company, they report tomorrow, I am worried about the dividend. I don't think the Zimbabwe dollar is something that you can really kind of use no matter how many you have of them.
So you're saying having the most money is not necessarily a good thing?
No, most Zimbabwe dollars is questionable. I think it is difficult to be too rich or too thin, but that particular currency you mentioned, I think has a bulk problem. Just got to carry a lot of it to get there.
So it was on the front page of the Lantern a couple weeks ago.
So therefore, it's got to be right. It's like Wikipedia.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's your beef with Jon Stewart?
I don't. I mean, I don't have a beef with him. I think 3 or 4 years from now, we'll find out how really interested he was in the market, and we'll make a better judgment.
And you called your appearance on his show an ambush. Do you think that's an accurate characterization?
Well, I don't think it was a convivial Ohio State USC contest where everybody shakes hands at the end of it.
But I mean, had you seen his show before?
Yeah, but whatever. Sometimes you just get had.
So you weren't expecting that at all?
No, sometimes you just get had. It's part of life.
All right, now before we let you go, if you had to put all your money in one company, just throw diversity out the window, put all your money
I'm putting my money in the Danny Company. Yeah, I'm in the Danny Company because diversification is trumped by Danny. I just feel like I should give you my wallet right now, but I have like a card that lets me into my office, and I have my Costco card, and I don't want Danny to have my Costco card. I'll give you my AAA.
All right.
But yeah, I just feel like I got to go 100% all in Danny. Do you think I'm making a mistake?
Absolutely not.
Then we're done.
There's no choice there.
I feel really good about the recommendation, and I'm gonna I don't know. In the lightning round, when someone calls me and asks me, say, what they think of IBM, I'm just going to say swap into Danny.
Put it all into pancakes. That's my idea.
Pancakes. Well, look, if you're going to put it, it's a hedge fund, the Danny hedge fund. If pancakes it is, then that's fine. I'm all in. Flapstacks.
All right. Thanks a lot for coming on.
Thank
you. This with us.
All right.
Jim Cramer, CNBC's Mad Money. Can you just hit me with a bull, just right in the face?
Dude.
I know you want to.
Dude.
Yeah.
Danny, I like your style. You're already big. I'm not going to tell you you're going to make it big, because you're big. God, you're tall too. Or I'm short.
I'm actually on ice skates inside tennis shoes.